Hello, welcome into this fantastic video. How are you, everybody who is watching this program? I'm very happy to have you today, and I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you into our fantastic programs of teaching and training by using the power of the internet and the digital devices or digital technology. So my name is Olenjolai&Nekinyi. Simply just call me Olenjolai. I'm a national teacher in basic mathematics. I'm also an electronics and telecommunication engineer. And also I'm a computer programmer. So those are gifts that God has blessed me, and I would like to bless also others by using the gift that God has given me by His own grace. So I'm a Tanzanian, and I'm doing these programs for the Tanzanians. I dedicate it for every student who is studying in Tanzania, or even just internationally, but has a true love with our beautiful country. If you are a national viewer, you're warmly welcome. If you're an international viewer from any other country in Africa, or any other country from North America or South America or Europe or Asia or Australia, I would like to welcome you because the contents we are going to cover are universal. So just review your syllabus and curriculums so that you can benefit on this program, because we'll be focusing on the syllabus and curriculums of the United Republic of Tanzania. So before I go into details, before I take you inside of this session of the day, I would like to welcome you firstly into our Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. So that is our online schools. We don't have a physical online ordinary secondary school, but we have we have an online school. So we don't have a physical school, please. So you have to understand about that. Then I would like to welcome you into one of our official YouTube channel, because we are sharing these contents by using the YouTube platforms. So one of our official YouTube channels is called Tanzania Online O Levels. So I would like to welcome you simultaneously into one of our official YouTube channel that's called Tanzania Online O Level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. This is one of our official YouTube channel where you can access all our contents as long as we continue this program. So before even I take you into too much details of what we have written on the blackboards, because that's a very important piece of information, I would like just to answer some of your questions that going on in your mind. Again, I thank you for being welcomed, whether you are a student or a parent or a guardian or a sponsor or a guardian or a sponsor or a teacher. You're only welcome into Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. In short, we call it TAYAI also, right? So the next questions after being welcomed is, what are we doing? What is the visions of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School? Because the word of God say that in the book of Proverbs chapter 19, verse 18, it states that where there is no vision, people perish. Where there is no vision in Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai, then the school is going to perish. That's the truth, and that's the fact. So before we took a step to begin training and teaching students, we thought the face of the Lord Himself, who is the sponsor of these programs and the source of this program, to know the purpose. So this is the purpose that we've been given. Okay, the purpose or the vision of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai is to train and teach some group of students who will be ready to extract the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom of basic mathematics and science subjects, and combine it with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that we are going to teach them to extract from the Word of God written in the Holy Bible, and combine these two knowledge, these two understanding, these two wisdom in order to solve real life problems. In order to solve real life problems, not to solve classroom problems. You can combine to solve classroom problems, but classrooms, it's a lower level. The highest level is if we teach you on how you can solve real life problems, actual problems. So it might seem like it's impossible to you. It might seem like it's impossible to you. It's possible to what? It's possible to achieve what I'm telling you right now. But I want to tell you that whether you believe or not, I would like to tell you that it might take several months or several years to achieve these goals that are declaring publicly to you. But believe me that we are going to achieve it if we cooperate together, I and you, under the presence of God, who is the one who makes everything to happen according to his purpose. So myself, I'm a good prototype. I'm a good example of what I'm telling you. In my life, for more than 10 years right now, I used to learn on how can I extract knowledge, understanding, and wisdom in the classroom, instructions, formally and informally, and 80% of what am I going to teach you, I learned it informally. Myself, it means. And combined with the knowledge, understanding, and wisdom that I used to extract it from the Word of God, written in the Holy Bible, and solving real-life problems. What is the example of real-life problems? That's the good questions. The example of the real-life problems that I used it by combining the two different knowledge that I've mentioned before is the one that I'm doing right now. Right now, in these programs, I'm solving a national program. I'm solving a national problem. And it's not only one problem, it's a national, so I'm solving national problems. So I'm solving national real-life problems. Why? Because I'm not solving questions in the past, in the NECT exams or in the college exams. What am I doing actually? I'm training and teaching students who are human beings, who they cannot go far and master what I'm teaching them themselves. That is what I'm doing. So this is the real life problem solving, right? Whether you believe or not, but that's the truth, because we are solving problems of the millions of ordinary secondary students of present and future generation. Again, I want to tell you that these contents can help a private secondary student, means a student who study in private secondaries or in ordinary ordinary secondary school, or a student who is studying in government ordinary secondary school, or a student who is studying individually, which you call the private students, or the one who have passed the qualifying test for the Form 2. And also these contents will help receipters who want to receipt some of the exams of the O-level, whether basic mathematics or physics or chemistry. So every group of students is going to be saved in this program. If you're a teacher also is teaching basic mathematics, use this material as a reference, because for myself, I use materials have been prepared by other teachers as a reference. I don't know everything about basic mathematics or physics or chemistry. I just know small portions of it. So right now, let me take you into a very interesting part. How can you register to to also Tanzania Online Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai? That's the very important question. You have to follow the following step. The first step, go to any browser, whether most. So these are the first step. We say create. So these are the steps that for you to register into also. Okay. The first step, create or open a new email, for example Yahoo or Gmail. Then the second step, sign in YouTube by using. So the following are the steps that you have to follow for you to be registered permanently in our online school that called it Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School. But you should not write to also, because you cannot get it in YouTube. Our YouTube channel is called, just copy and paste this name, Tanzania Online or --level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai, because I want you to be to succeed, to get the right channel for you to access all the contents that we are providing to you. Then the first step, once you are into also, the first step that you have to do, you are in Tanzania Online Ordinary, or you are in Tanzania Online O-level Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai. Look at the right hand side, at your right hand side, at the bottom of this video, you will see a software button which is red, its background is red, and the text written there is subscribe. So click this button once. When you click it once, then change color, its background color, and also the text will change from subscribe to subscribe. Once you do that, you will see the icon of the bell. Click the icons of the bell. You see 3 options. The first option, just what? The first option, we say that you have to click this one and then choose option all. Choose the options of all. So you should click 3 times. The first click the word subscribe and you change to become subscribing. The second click the icon of the bell. And the third click, which is choice actual, choose the options of all. Then choose the options of all. Once you are done, then you can go to the fifth stage. Okay, the fifth stage before. Okay, so I know that you enjoy our contents. I know about that because we've been teaching students physically for more than 10 years. So we know how they get happy with the contents that we are providing. We're not boasting ourselves. I don't know everything. I just know small portions of basic mathematics. But I have to teach others what I know, right? I am learning always about basic mathematics every day. So the fifth step, once you click that button, so now you have subscribed and you're a permanent student of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School. Okay, the fifth step, in case that you want to access the group of videos, so we ask you that you go and click the word playlist at the top, next to the word videos. So click the word playlist and then search the playlist which is written coordinate geometry. Because in this playlist, we'll be collecting all the sessions of coordinate geometry. For example, this is session 5. So we have taught you session 0 to session 4 already. So you can access them in the playlist written coordinate geometry because we are providing contents for 12 subjects. So you have to focus on the instructions that we are giving you, right? But also we have another playlist which you call the Basic Mathematics Form 4. So in this playlist of Basic Mathematics Form 4, you are going to access what? You are going to access, so you have 2 playlists which you have to access. First of all, you have a playlist which is called coordinate. You have to search coordinate geometry. Suppose that we are going to record or you're going to learn maybe 15 sessions of coordinate geometry, right? So then it means that you'll find the collections here of session 0 to session 15. So this is one of the playlists, very important playlist for the Form 4. Then there's another playlist that I created as a department, as a subject playlist. It's called Basic Mathematics. Basic Mathematics Form 3. So Basic Mathematics Form 3. So here you'll find the collections of the videos for all the 8 topics of 40 of Form 3. Here you'll find collections of all the videos of 40 of coordinate geometry. What I'm telling you is according to my experience that many students, they used to spend much time on searching the next session once they have finished one session. So I'm helping you to go through this stuff easily in such a way that you won't spend much time and waste your time. Then the second step, and now after you enjoy the contents that they're providing you, you like also to share the good news to other students. So you can click the icons of share, so you can share with your students the link of this video through WhatsApp. You can share with your friends through Facebook. You can share the link of this video through Instagram. You can share the links of this video through your email that you have created. You can send an email to a friend. You can share these contents also to your friends through Telegram. You can share these contents to your friends through Twitter and different platforms. So, my dear students, I would like just to take you into today's session. In the previous session, just to do the quick review of what? Quick review of session what? Session 4. So in session 4, we have just solved if you remember, exercise 1.1. We solved some questions in exercise 1.1 and you left your homework, which is example 13. And we'll be focusing on how we can find the questions of the straight line. So So there's no need to do the correction because I've told you everything was clear. So ladies and gentlemen, allow me today to teach you example 14 before I take into today's session, which is called graphs of the straight lines, before I teach you. Again, we have a library, as usual, that I just would like to repeat to you, that I would like to announce again for the new viewers, that we have a library. It's called Tanzania Online Ordinary Library, where we have it means that we have so many books that we like to distribute it to our students, okay, so that they can use these books on their process of learning in order for them to master basic mathematics, physics, and chemistry. One of the book is called the Ordinary Level Mathematics Review. I call this weapons, so we have to kick the ignorance. So today, I would like to start solving questions that have been asked in the past paper. And I'll be solving question number 4. The questions of coordinate geometry, according to my research from the Certificate Secondary Education Examination exam of 2010 to 2019, it's used to be question 4 in section A. And why it is question 4 in section A? Because and in section A, these questions comprise actually that it's accredited 6 marks, and it's not the questions of coordinate geometry itself that composing the question 4 of the NECTA exam, but it's a combination of the questions from 2 topics. One, the part of the questions is from motif. For example, if we have question 4, Roman A, it's question from vector, and Roman B is question from coordinate geometry. But in 2019, they have just offered the Roman A and B, the questions of 40 of coordinate geometry. So stay tuned. So this is the example 14. So we ask you that to refer the book called the Ordinary Level Mathematics. You can order this book online, Ordinary Level Mathematics, Ordinary Level Mathematics Review. In short, I will be just calling what this one, the exams, is called Certificate Secondary Education Examination, okay, NECTA, or composed and marked by what? By NECTA. NECTA of 14. So NECTA of 2000 question. This is question, we are going to solve question 4A, because part B we didn't cover its concept yet, of 2019. So that's the questions that I'm going to solve, because I've taught you the concept required for you to solve that question. All right? Are you ready for that? So if you're ready, let me know in the comment section if you're ready to solve this question. So it's basic mathematics. So certificate, this abbreviation, Certificate Secondary Education Examination. And this is NECTA, not NACTA, NECTA. NECTA is National Examination Council of Tanzania, right? So this is question 4A of 2000. I think that the good arrangement I have right here. So this is question from section A of 2019, and this is question 4A. I can solve also question 4B, but I didn't teach you the concept yet. How does a question ask? Find the equation. Find the equation of what? The equation of a line. Find the equation of a line which passes through the point A, and this point A is negative 3, 4, and which is parallel. That line is parallel to the line 3x plus 4y minus 15 is equal to 0. However, there is a concept of the parallel lines which I didn't teach you yet, but don't worry about that. I will teach you the concept to solve this question. Okay, solution. Find the equation of a line which passes through the point A, which is negative 3, 4, and which is parallel to the line 3x plus 4y negative or minus 15 is equal to 0. So if it's parallel line, I will teach you about the gradients of the parallel lines, but just to tell you, the slope of parallel lines is a set. Okay? So we say that the first step, I'll teach you later, the first step, but I think I told you. About parallel lines, the gradients of the parallel lines. Gradients of parallel lines. I think I will teach you later. Slopes of parallel lines to x-axis. Then distance between the points. Yes, parallel and perpendicular lines. So I will teach you that the gradients will be, the parallel lines will have the same gradients. That will be the last concept. No, the second, yes. Parallel and perpendicular lines, I will teach you as elastic concepts in coordinate geometry. Okay, so solution, first step. The first step, we say that express the equation 3x plus 4y minus 15 is equal to 0 in form of y is equal to mx plus c. So we'll be given, the equation will be given 3x plus what? 4y, then minus what? 15 is equal to 0. So make right the circuit. So you have 3x minus 3x plus 4y minus 15. This is equal to 0 minus 3x then plus 15. So on the left hand side you have 4y minus 15 minus 15. So it's equal to negative 3x plus what? 15. Divided by 4, and here divided by 4. But this is negative 3. Okay? So this will make y is equal to what? Negative 3 over 4 x plus what? 15 over 4. So this is equation 1. Okay? We go for the second step. The second step, we say that let us compare equation 1 above with what? The standard form of the equation, which is y is equal to mx plus c. So if we compare, we find gradients of that line is negative 3 over 4. While the y-intercept is 15 over 4. That's the gradients or slope. So again, we go for the third step, which will teach you later on that slopes of parallel lines. Slopes of parallel lines is the same. Slopes of parallel lines is the same. What does it mean? Slope of the first line is equal to slope of the second line. Right? So it means that suppose that we have m1 is equal to negative 3 over 4. So the slope of the new line, which is unknown, will be equal to what if two lines are parallel. So slope of the new line is negative 3 over 4. So therefore we say the slope of new line passes what? Passes through the pointing, passes through the point what? Point A, which is negative 3 over 4, is negative 3 over 4. So if that's the case, ladies and gentlemen, let me please copy these instructions. These informations are very important for you. Pause the video and copy it because I want to clean the blackboard. Okay, thank you for that. Don't ignore any piece of instructions that I'm giving you. It's very important. So gradients is equal to what? -3/4. That's the gradient. So we have a gradient and a point. So slope 2 is equal to -3/4. Then the point A, this is -3/4. So we have, so this will be the first step. The first step, we have to find out the equation. So we have to let out arbitrary point, let's say P. So the arbitrary point will be x, t, y. So for that case, we have to recall the general formula of finding equation of the line. Gradient is equal to change in y over change in x. This is equal to y minus 4, and then x minus or plus what? Minus, because negative is positive. Okay? So what the gradient? Gradient is -3/4. This is equal to y minus 4. Then this is x plus 3. So let us cross multiplication. So it is -3x plus 3. -3 times x plus 3. Then this is equal to what? Is equal to 4 times y minus 4. So -3 times x, it is -3x. Then this one will be negative what? -9. And this is equal to 4y. And this is equal to what? Is equal to 16. We can express in the form that will be given. Okay? So you can simplify this equation, and then we say that this will be the fifth step. So the fifth step, we say that this is equation what? Suppose this is equation 2. So express equation 2 in form of ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. So then, if that the case, it will be equal to 3x minus 9 plus 16. Then we have minus 4y. Then this is equal to what? 4y minus 4y minus 16 plus 16. So if that the case, we have -3x. Then we have what? Plus 7. Yes, with 7. Because 16 minus 9, yeah, 7. Minus 4y is equal to 0. So therefore we say that the equation of the line is what? Is -3x minus 4y plus 7 is equal to 0. That's the response. So you see, coordinate geometry is not a difficult topic. Basic mathematics is not a complex subject. The issue is just the students, they used to get bad news and used to be trendy badly. So stay tuned. So that is example 14. Now, let me go and teach you today's concept. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for learning graph of the straight lines? If you are ready, tell me in the comment sections if you understand. Give me the feedback, please. Have you understood how did I solve that question? Please tell me in the comment section, please, because I want to get the feedback. Because this is the active learning program. It's active learning programs. It's active learning school. It's an active learning school, so we need feedback. We need feedback. Please, students, give us feedback in the comment section. If you understand or you don't understand, so we have to know what we have to do in order to help you to understand, because the heart of Tanzania Online Ordinary Secondary School in square bracket Olenjolai is understanding. We are not teaching you to cram basic mathematics or to cram physics or to cram chemistry. We are teaching you on how you can understand and keep the information for the rest of your life. Because there are real life problems which are waiting you to solve them, and they'll need these concepts. For example, if you want to be a musician, so music is all about mathematics. I am the musicians. I'm learning music right now. So just within a short time, so I'll be musicians. And I see the applications of basic mathematics in my music. I am a guitarist right now. So I'm playing the guitar to praise and worship God. Right? So I see the applications of wave. I see the applications of basic mathematics. I see the spacing. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, let me teach you about graphs of straight line. Concept written there, graphs of what? Of straight line. Graphs of straight lines. So let me introduce like this one in this simple language. Say that straight lines can be represented straight lines can be represented on the, it can be represented by using equations, but it can be represented on the XY plane. XY plane. So it can be represented in the graph. XY plane or what we call it in XY graph. Called T or graph. So again, we say that in coordinate geometry, there are two methods. We call them methods or what? There are two ways of representing a straight line on the XY plane. These are, the first one can present it by using table of values. So we say that if the range, or if the values, the range of values of x of the equation of straight line are known such that the graph will be ranged from -3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. Then the corresponding values of what? The corresponding values of y can be found or computed by using what? Can be computed by using the range, which is -3 less than x and 3, and what? And the equation. And the equation of what? Of the straight line. That's how we do. And you have to keep this concept for the rest of your life, because you need this concept in your ordinary diploma education, or you need these concepts in advanced education. Or you need these concepts in your undergraduate education. So let us have example. So ladies and gentlemen, this is example 15. So in this example, we'll be using this method. However, it's not the common method, but we use it in case that we need, or in case that we will be given the range. Sketch the graph. Sketch the graph or plot the graph of what? Of y is equal to x plus 1. Y is equal to x plus 1. Given the range, -3 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 3. The limitation in the xy plane. The limitation of this method, it means the range should be known. While in second method, the range is not important. Do you know? Can you guess the second method? We've already discussed in the previous sessions a little bit. We have touched it. So let's get a graph of this one. So it's simple question, solution. The first step will be given the domain, or we call it just the range of values of x. So we have to say that sketch what? Sketch table of values of the equation, y is equal to x plus 1. So this table of values will have two parts. We have two parts. First part is x, second part is y. The value of x is known, the value of y is unknown yet. -2, -1, then 0, then 1, then 2, then 3. So let us take the value of x, substitute there in order to get y. So -3 plus 1 is -2. Then -2 plus 1 is -1. -1 plus 1 is 0. Then 0 plus 1 is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, so now we have values of x and values of y. So the next step, you know what will be the next step? So the second step, so suppose that this is table 5.1. So the second step, ladies and gentlemen, we say that let us plot what, or sketch plot or plot the graph of y is equal to x plus 1. So ladies and gentlemen, I believe that you enjoy the beauty of coordinate geometry. This is our y-axis. So you have negative coordinates. And so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is x-axis. So let me label it. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. You may use any scale. Then 1, 2, 3. Then we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. So this is -1, -2, -3, -4. And this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. This is -1, This is negative 2. This is negative 3. So let us sketch what is the graph. The value, the x-coordinates is negative 3, while the y-coordinates is negative 2. So the x-coordinates is negative 3. Here it is negative 3, whilst corresponding values of y is in negative 2. So here we have a point. Then you have the x-coordinates negative 2 and y-coordinates is negative 1. Okay? So y-coordinates is negative 1. So here it is the point. Okay, here it's the point. Then you have the x-coordinates negative 1, y the x1 is negative 1, while the y-coordinate is 0. Then when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. Then when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. So when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. Then when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 3. So when the coordinates of x is equal to 2, then y is equal to what? Is equal to 3. Okay? So this is what? Okay. So this is a question of the straight line. It's a question of the straight lines of what? Y is equal to x plus 1. Why are we teaching you the concepts of sketching the graphs? Because in physics, in experimental physics, for example, because you have physics in paper 1 and physics paper 2 in your certificate secondary education examination, you'll be learning some experiments in mechanics, some experiments in optics or lights, and some experiments in electricity. And in those experiments, when you do the experiment, you collect the data and present them in the table, just like the table values, and then so you'll be asked to draw or to sketch, to plot the graph, to show the relationship between the physical quantities graphically. So that's why we are teaching you. The applications, you will need this concept when you'll be dealing with experimental physics, even experimental chemistry, when you want to study about rate of reactions in chemical kinetics. That one of the topics we'll teach you in Form 3. So that's why that we are teaching you this concept. So that's it. You have to transform these concepts of mathematics and apply it in physics in order to simplify life and enjoy the beauty of real life problems of problem solving. The goodness of these straight lines, even in your life, you can be maybe taking your monthly expenditure and presenting table values. Okay, so let's say this is January, February, March. So that's the application, because we are teaching you how you can solve real life problems. March, April, May, June, July. Let's say that just to end here. Means here you want to deal with 7 months of your income, of your months. So this is representing what the months. So the x-axis now, for that case, if you want to present the real life, you want to study your financial expenditure, your 6 months budget, then the x-axis will be the months, right? And then the y-axis will be the value or the amounts of money that you have spent in each month. So if you find the straight line, that's wonderful, because you'll find that, okay, so it's linear. So it's linear means that you have a proper expenditure. There's different meanings that you can deduce from there. So ladies and gentlemen, this is figure 5, 2021. Okay, so that's all about the first method of sketching or plotting the graphs of straight line. So ladies and gentlemen, let me teach you the second method, which is the simplest and useful in every circumstance that you encounter. Okay? And this second method, so ladies and gentlemen, it's the second method. You say that plotting or sketching what? It means that sketching graphs of what? Graphs of straight lines. Graphs of straight lines by using the concept of X-intercept and the Y-intercept. Y-intercept. Okay. So this is the concept that was very important, and I've touched it in session 4 when we've been asked to find the X-intercept and Y-intercept equation. Right? So you say that in this method means that in this method the graph of the straight line, is sketched by using the values of 40 of X-intercept and the Y-intercepts. That's the process, that is all. So let us go to example. So this is example 16. Example 16, ladies and gentlemen. Draw the graphs of the line presented by the equation, this one. Draw the graph. You won't be limited. You have a choice to use either the first method or the second method. Draw the graph. Draw the graph of 14. Draw the graph of the line represented presented by equation. Of the line presented by the equation, or by equation what? By equation 3x minus what? 3x minus 4y minus 24 is equal to 0. So draw the graph of the line presented by the equation 3x minus 4y minus 24 is equal to 0. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to sketch or to draw this graph by using the second method. So the first step we have means that let us find X-intercept of the equations of the given straight line. 3x minus 4y minus 24 is equal to 0. So to find X-intercept, I told you, when you want to find the X-intercept, then the value of y should be 0. The X-intercept means it's a point where the straight line cuts the x-axis. Okay? So to find the X-intercepts of this one, so you say that the value of y for this case is equal to 0. So here we have 3x minus 4y minus 24. Okay, is equal to 0. So let us substitute the value of y is equal to 0. So 3x minus 4 times 0, then minus 24 is equal to 0. So we have 3x minus 0 minus 24. Make x the subject is equal to, this is equal to 0. So this is equal to 4 over 3 over 3. Then x is equal to it. So x is equal to 8, right? 8 and 3, it's that one. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the X-intercept is what in 8. So it means that the point of intersection, the point, let's say point A, for this case, the value of x will be 8, 0. That's the point where the straight lines will cut along will cut on the x-axis. So the second step Second step, you ask the students to find the Y-intercept, which we taught you in the previous session. If you've gone through, if you didn't go through, please review it before you watch these sessions 5. So the Y-intercept. The Y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. Okay? So the Y-intercept is when x is equal to 0. So 3x minus what? 4y minus what? 24 is equal to 0. So to find the Y-intercept means you say x, it is 0, minus 4y minus 24 is equal to 0. So then 0 is negative 4y, this is equal to 24. Then this is negative over negative 4 over negative 4. So simply, this will make it, we have y is equal to it. So here we have 24 over negative 4. So y is equal to negative 6. So simply, the y-intercept is equal to negative 6. So suppose this is going to be where the line cuts along the y-axis. Okay? So then it will be 0, negative 6. 0 means x is equal to 0 when y is equal to negative 6. So okay, so those are the values. So you have to draw the straight lines where x is negative 6 and y is 8. Okay. So I may use the same figure, but I have to do some modification. You have to do some modification. And I have to change the scale. Okay. I have to change the scale. So if I change the scale, then let's suppose negative 1 is there. So this is negative 2. Okay, this is negative 4. So you have to draw the new graph. Okay, for me, just I'm redeeming the time. So this is negative 2. This is negative 4. This is negative 6. Then this is negative 8. So it means that suppose that the distance between it is 1 centimeter. So this 1 unit is equal to 2 value. So this one is 2. This is 4. This is 6. And this is 8. So this is 8. Coordinate. Also, let me change this. This is negative 2. This is negative 4. This is negative 6. The aim, I want to get the positive 8 value and negative 6. So this is positive 2, and this is 4, and this is 6. So I know students is asking himself, if this is 2, where is 1? 1 is midpoint. It means at the midpoint between 0 and 2. 3 is here. So this is 1, this is 3. 4 or 5 is there. Similarly, 1 is here. 2, 3 is there. 5 is there. So even here, that negative 3 is here. Negative 5 is here, etc. Okay. So then what is x-intercept? It's 8. So when x is equal to 8, y is equal to 0. think that I have to change the scale of x-axis in this way. So suppose that this is 3, this is 6, and this is 9, -3, -6, -9. That's the scale, that's the power of the scale. So it means that x is equal to 8 will be here, in between. So the coordinates of x is there. Here it's point where x is equal to 8, while y is equal to what? Is equal to, while y is equal to 0. So the y-intercept is equal to -6. So when x is equal to 0, y is equal to -6. So this is the point. So the straight line will be cutting the x-axis and y-axis at the values of x-intercept and y-intercept. So for this case, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a straight line. For you, just use the normal scale. Use because you'll be given a graph paper in exam. So use the normal scale. No need for you to budget. Budget the space, excuse me, budget the space like me. So this is the straight line. Hence what the question? The question was 3x minus what? Minus 4y minus what? 24 is equal to 0. That's the questions of the straight line. So that is x-axis and this is y-axis. So that's the center, so -3. Okay, so that's the straight lines and that the figure, this now is figure 5.20.2. Okay. So to strengthen your concept, let me give you a second example and then give you the homework. Give you the homework that you have to solve it yourself and enjoy the beauty of so example 17, refer the book, go in the secondary, basic mathematics, refer secondary basic mathematics, book 4, okay. Exercise 1. Exercise 1, question 10. So exercise 1.1, question 10. It's in page, for the Tanzanian, it's in page 11. The question, we copy from it, state that plot the graph plot the graph of the line whose equation, the line whose equation is 4x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. is equal to 0. So plot the graph of the line whose equation is 4x plus y plus 6c is equal to 0. Solution. You have to follow the steps that I told you there. The first step, let us use the second method. The first step, let us find the X-intercept. So the X-intercept, we can find it if y is equal to 0. So we'll be given the equation 4x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. So substitute when x is equal to 0 plus 6 is equal to 0. So if you make x the subject, this is equal to negative 6 over 4 over 4. So x is equal to negative 3 over 2. So suppose this is point A, where the straight lines will cut the x-axis. So it will be negative 3 over 2, comma 0, because y is equal to 0. Okay? The second step, ladies and gentlemen, after finding out the X-intercept, second step, we say that find the Y-intercept. So to find the Y-intercept, this is when x is equal to 0. Okay? So it means you'll be given the equation, and this equation is 4x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. But the value of x is 0. So we have 4 times 0 plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. So 0, y is equal to negative 6. So suppose that this is point B. So you have 0, comma negative 6. So it's negative 3, comma 2, which is negative 1.5. So because, let us sketch it properly. You may show the scale or you may not show. That the names of plot or sketch. Okay? So we have negative 6, and also we have another, it's negative 3.5. So you go forward for the steady sketch, the steady state, say that plot, graph. Graph of what? Plot the graph. The graph of 4x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. So here you have our y-axis. So this is our y-axis. Okay. And here we have our x-axis. Because the graph will be line on the y-axis. So let me label this 1, and then this one is 2, here it is 3, then this is what 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like this one. And then so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So then this is what 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is x-axis. This is 1, 2, 3. This is -1, -2, 2, -3. So this is 2, this is 4. Just change the scale. Use the different scale in y-axis. And this is -2. This is -4. This is -6. This is -8. -8. Okay. So if I use the ruler, so this is the midpoint. This midpoint is -3/2. So then, what the x-axis, x-intercept is -3/2, 0. So this is the first point, where the straight lines will cut the x-axis. Then the y. So the y-intercept is 0, -6. 0, -6. So it means that the graph will be passing through the 2 points, the x-intercept and y-intercept. So this will be the line or the straight lines passing through the x-intercept of what? Of the equation 4x plus y plus 6 is equal to 0. So ladies and gentlemen, this is figure 5.4 and 4. So now it's a time to give my beloved students homework for them to practice this concept as well as they can. This will be homework 5, which you have to do and submit in the comment section. So the question, this is example 18. Example 18, refer the same book. Refer secondary basic mathematics book 4, exercise 121. Question, if you have, check it, because I'm not lying. I want to encourage my students to do many questions as they can as a process of preparation for the national exam. Okay? So the question states that draw the graph of the line draw the graph of the line represented by each of the following. So you may use either the first method, raising table of value, or the following equations. Okay, or the following. Draw the graph of the line represented by each of the following equations. So we have Roman A, the first equation. Do all of these questions now for today. 14x plus 7y is equal to 25. Then Roman B, 3y, this is equal to 4x minus 12. Then Roman C, 15 is equal to 3x minus what? Minus 5y. So make sure that you do this question do question or do example for 18A, do example 18B, and do example 18C, and submit your solution in the comment section. I know that you are the Form 4 students, so you are seriously preparing yourself to, it means that to sit for the Certificate Secondary Education Examination. This is the home of preparation for the serious students who want to do wonders in basic mathematics, in Certificate Secondary Education Examinations of basic mathematics, Certificate Secondary Education Examination of Physics, and Certificate Secondary Examinations of Faculty of Chemistry. Ladies and gentlemen, before I end this session, I would like to remind you about our Tanzania Online Ordinary Library, where we are equipping our students with instruments or with equipments, with weapons, because you know, sometimes education, the way it is, it can change like cutting and becoming like a battle. So the first reference that we recommend every student, whether you are a private student or you are school students, whether you are a student studying in private school or in government school, whether you are students studying in boarding school or in day school, whether you are a QT Form 2 graduates or you are a reciters, I ask you, please and please and please have this book for your benefits, because these books give teachers and students, Form 4 students, borders on what they have to cover in a particular topic and what are the specific objectives and what will be tested in the year final exam. So have this book, which is called Basic Mathematics Syllabus for Ordinary Secondary Education, right? Form 1 through Form 4. It has been written by Tanzania Institute of Faculty of Education. You can order this book online in our library. Just click the buttons, read the descriptions by clicking the buttons of show more, then you'll see the link of how much does it cost, and you can send it to you by using different transporters in any regions of 31 regions of Tanzania. Secondly, we have against another weapons of the textbook, which have been referred or have been used or will be used intensively. It's called Secondary Basic Mathematics Book 4. I won't be writing all the questions on the blackboards written in this book. In some of the homeworks, I will be asking you to go to use this book yourself and copy the questions and then solve it. Because we want to teach you on how you can use books, even if later on you'll be learning yourself, you know that how can you extract information from a large book, right? So make sure that you can order. So just to go to the description below, this is the weapons number 2 we have in our library. You can order it in a very reasonable cost and cheap. Okay. Again, we have the third weapon, which we call the Ordinary Level Mathematics Review, right? Problems and Solutions 2003 to 2019. So you can order also this book. This book comprises questions of NECTA Form 4 from 2003 to 2019 and solutions. Some of the solutions are correct, some of the solutions possibly are not correct because there is kind of the typing errors or human errors. But have this book because I'm going to use, and in the beginnings of this session 5, you saw that you remember that I solved the question 4A of NECTA or Certificate Secondary Education Examination from 4 2019. Wonderful. So make sure you have these 30 weapons. But again, in Form 4 exams, some of the questions will ask you about radicals and logarithms. So you need a book called the Mathematical for Figure. Some of the questions will be recommended for you to solve them by using mathematical tables or by using for figure mathematical tables and formulas. It comprises also some formulas. You'll be allowed to enter in exams with this book. This, I remember its price is only 4,500. So you can order the package of these books. Again, we have nowadays ordinary Form 4 students, they are using the scientific calculator. This is Casio function 991 scientific calculator, which actually that you have to use it effectively in order to do your computations. You can order, we have it in our library. This original certificate calculator. We have a very reasonable price. If you keep it, you may use it right now during your form of education, but you may use it when you join in ordinary diploma education or in your advanced secondary education. And even if you use it when you join into your undergraduate educations, especially in the engineering fields and scientific fields or in applied science field. Okay? So you can order this scientific calculator also in order for you to enjoy. So now, because we love you so much and we love our every online students, right? So you can order this entire package. So this is the package right now. You can order the entire package, and you know what advantage you're going to get. First of all, get discounted from Sir Olenjolai. Secondly, you'll get also a discount in transport, because to transport means that to transport all of this package costs the same amount of money like if you order the scientific calculator itself. So you see that right now you'll be spending minimum amount of money to get high qualified materials which have been recommended by Tanzania Institute of Education, or we call it TAYAI. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of this session, but before I end it, I would like just to remind you that God is a sponsor, is the source, is the founder of these programs. He's a stone, he's the cornerstones of this program. He's the foundations of these programs, because we are teaching you fundamental courses. And he's the one who is sponsoring in everything. So my God is greater than. It's very expensive program. It's very expensive to prepare one video. The video you're watching right now is very expensive to prepare it in the environments that we are using, because it's not actual that an ordinary studio. But in case you feel from your hearts that you want to offer your feeling thanksgiving, don't hesitate yourself to send your feeling thanksgiving through this telephone number, which in Swahili we call it Sadaka, through 0759 745331. And then so your feeling thanksgiving will be received in order to just contribute in the running cost for this program. Again, I remind you, don't forget to subscribe into our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like our videos. Don't forget to share our videos with your classmates, with your family members, with other students who are right now, who are pre-Form 4 or Form 4 students at this moment. So again, we ask you that to read the descriptions to get more information. We ask you also to write to give us feedback, either positive or negative feedback in the comment section. Even to say that, thank you, sir, I've understood what you have taught me. So just please, I ask you that give me the feedback. I want to hear from my students, because if I could have you physically, you could reply that question. But because I don't have you physically, you can also write like the way that I'm writing for you while you're an invisible student. So God is faithful. I thank God who have created me in his own image and likeness. And I thank God who have prepared me, who has been with me in the preparation of this program, of this session, and even at the times when I'm teaching you. And I thank God for you who have joined me from the beginnings of this session to this moment. And I thank you also for giving me the feedback in the comment section. And I thank God for his gift of teaching built in me, just like flying has been built in the beds. So flying in beds, it has been built in. Swimming in the fish, it has been built in. So to me also, I thank God because he built in the gift of teaching. And I give him all the glory and all the praise. And he has to deserve to take every praise and glory for this work, because he's the one who is doing inside me. So until, I would like to invite you in the next session, which is session 60, where I will teach you about straight lines, or lines which are parallel to the x-axis, and lines, it means that gradients of the lines parallel to x-axis and gradients of the lines parallel to y-axis. Right? That's the concept. The next concept will be session 60. And then sessions will be the end of the first subtopic, which is called the equation of a line. Then the next session, I will teach you about the second subtopic, which is midpoint of a line. So until we meet in the next session, this is Sir Olenjolai from Tanzania, beautiful country. May God bless you abundantly and keep you safe. and keep you alive and keep you healthy and keep you, and may Lord help you to enjoy the beauty of basic mathematics. May God keep you until we meet in the next session. Keep enjoying the beauty of basic mathematics from 4.